Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today we're going to talk about all of the books that I bought during the month of August. So there's a lot of books here, and I will forewarn you, there is a lot of middle grade here. I did a few different thrift store runs this month, and honestly, kids' books are cheaper at thrift stores, so that I buy them more often. I am more quickly to pick up and buy a kid's book or a middle grade book at a thrift store because it's cheaper than I am to spend the few dollars more and get an adult book. So there's a lot of middle grade here, but let's just kind of dig into it and I will share with you everything I found. All right, so first let's talk about the 3 books that I bought new. I ordered 3 books online this month. They are all middle grade. And the first of which is the first book in the Wing Feather Saga, On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness. This is by Andrew Peterson, and this has just come highly recommended by so many people. I love the cover. The cover is just so pretty. And I guess these are getting republished with new covers, and so they're kind of coming to the forefront for a lot of people right now. And this is a fantasy book that I want to read out loud to my kids. And actually, if you've seen my fall TBR, you will have known that I had picked a different book to be my first read aloud for my kids for this school year. And we're reading this instead. We actually have already started it. We're like 30 pages into it, 35 pages into it already. They decided they would rather read this first. And so we're doing it and we love it. It is hilarious from the get-go. But this is a story of Janner Tink and Lily Igby, and we're just kind of talking about this right now. All we really know is that we're in this fantastical world, and there's a definite evil and a definite people that have been persecuted by the evil, and that's really all we know. At one point there was a big war, and I'm pretty sure that this kind of goes through our family's kind of quest to make things right again. So that's what I know so far, but I have heard amazing things about this, so I went ahead and ordered that one to read out loud. And then I also ordered My Side of the Mountain by Jean Craighead George. This I ordered because Tori at the Oglesby Ohana. She's a homeschooling mom that I just started following, but she just got done reading this out loud to her kids, and one day on Instagram she had posted it was on sale for like $3 so on Amazon, and so I just grabbed it. And I actually have the same cover for, I don't think it's, oh yeah, I have the same version for Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, and I just love these covers. They're a really fun size. And so anyway, I went ahead and grabbed this just because, and this is about Sam Gribley, who he's unhappy in his New York City apartment. So armed with only the bare necessities, he runs away to the mountains. And that's all I know. So grabbed that one and figured it would be a good one to read out loud to the kids as well. And then the last one I grabbed is Nevermore. I finally got the one that was on sale, has been on sale at Target for a while. It currently was on sale for like $3.98 online. So you might check Target online because it's probably still on sale, and then you get like an additional 5% off if you have a red card. So I got it for a little bit even cheaper than that, but it's just a paperback version of Nevermore. I've already read this book, but I wanted to have it on hand for my kids because it's just a fantastic book and I wouldn't mind having it. Also a possibility for a read aloud because, I mean, we need all the read aloud possibilities. All right, and then I have a friend who's getting ready to move, and she was going through her kids' books and basically was like, hey, what do you want? You can have whatever you want. So I took a few. I got Wish by Barbara O'Connor. This is one that I don't know a lot about. I know it's about a dog, but I grabbed it for my kids because, I mean, that's what I do, right? I also have I Survived the Attacks on September 11th. September 11th is rapidly approaching, and so I think I'm going to have my older 2 girls read this just to kind of give them some backstory of that. I also grabbed a hard copy of Louis Sicard's Fuzzy Mud. I had never heard of this book before. I've only ever heard of Holes, and so I have no clue what this is about at all, but I grabbed it because why not? And it's in great condition. She had a copy of Hatchet by Gary Paulson. This is probably not the copy that I would personally buy, but it was free, so I grabbed it because I'm considering having my older girls read this also this year, just because I know it's such a well-loved book. I grabbed a Magic School Bus chapter book, The Giant Germ. These are just fun, easy books, maybe even for my first grader. To read with her. We may be doing a human body unit study, and so I figured this would be a good one to have for that. And then the last one I grabbed from her is a copy of I Even Funnier by James Patterson. This is a sequel to, there's like I Funny, I Funnier, I Funniest, like it's a whole series. And so I grabbed this one for my older girls thinking they may like that. So those were free, so I just, hey, why not? And then we get into my thrift store books. So the first one, I went to a consignment store. And so it's a kids consignment store. And so these are all kids books. But I found this copy of Anne of Green Gables, which I just thought was amazing. I already own all of the Anne of Green Gables books, but they're like gold foiled edges. And they're just so, it's just such a pretty, I mean, there's no illustrations, but it's just such a pretty version of it, and it has like a ribbon bookmark that I thought it's great to own, and it was $2.50, so I nabbed that one right on up. I also grabbed Bad Kitty for President by Nick Bruhl. These Bad Kitty books are just fun, really short, really, really easy read books. But I thought this would be fun when we do our government study. I thought, this would be just a fun book. So it says it's time to elect a new president for the neighborhood cat club. From primaries to debate skills, from the impact of the media to voter registration, Bruhl walks young readers through the steps of the U.S. election process. So I thought that would be a really good one, just to kind of make government a little bit more fun for the kids as we get reading through it. And then the last three that I picked up are all three books of A Wrinkle in Time. So I have A Wrinkle in Time, The Swiftly Tilting Planet, and Many Waters. I think Many Waters probably comes first. But anyway, I have all three of those. They were there, and so I grabbed all three of them because why not? They're well loved. I know they're like sci-fi-ish, and I know some people love these and some people hate these. So I figured I'd grab them and make up my own mind about it. And then the last stack is all thrift store books. We'll talk about the two adult books that I have in this haul. One I've already read, and that's A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. And yeah, this is about a grumpy old man. I've read it before. It was good, but I wouldn't mind rereading it, and this is like in perfect condition. So I thought that would be great. My hair's driving me crazy again. And then the other one that I picked up is another Khalid Hosseini book, and this is And the Mountains Echoed. I have 1,000 Splendid Suns and The Kite Runner. Haven't read either of them, but I must have needed another one. I don't really know what this one's about. It says it begins in 1952. I have no idea. Just grabbed it because it's by Khalid Hosseini and it looks brand new. All right, and then the rest are middle grade as well. So I know this is a lot of middle grade. I warned you at the beginning. I got SEO Trot by Roald Dahl. This is a tiny little book, but I don't own this Roald Dahl book, so I just grabbed it. I got Milkweed by Jerry Spinelli. I had never heard of this one by Jerry Spinelli before, but the back says, he's a boy called Jew, gypsy, stop thief, runt, happy, fast, filthy son of Abraham. He's a boy who lives in the streets of Warsaw. He's a boy who steals food for himself and the orphans. He is a boy who believes in bread and mothers and angels. He's a boy who wants to be a Nazi someday with tall, shiny jackboots and a gleaming eagle hat of his own, until the day that suddenly makes him change his mind. And when the trains come to empty the Jews from the ghetto of the damned, he's a boy who realizes it's safest of all to be nobody. Newbery medalist Jerry Spinelli takes us to one of the most devastating settings imaginable, Nazi-occupied Warsaw, and tells a tale of heartbreak, hope, and survival through the bright eyes of a young orphan. So that sounded amazing. So I grabbed that. I also grabbed Who Was Sally Ride by Megan Stein. This is just another Who Was book that I decided to get. I think we might be doing a space unit for homeschool, and so I thought that would be good. I got A Mango Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. So this is about a girl who, it says that she appears to be a typical kid, but she's keeping a big secret. Sounds, numbers, and words have color for her. No one knows, and Mia wants to keep it that way, but when troubled at school finally forces Mia to reveal her secret, she must learn to accept herself and embrace her ability, called synesthesia, a mingling of the senses. So that sounded fantastic. I also grabbed Ginger Pie by Eleanor Estes. This is a Newbery Medal winner, but it's just about a book, I believe, and the Pie family. But it looked really cute, so I went ahead and nabbed that one. I got this hardback of Refugee by Alan Gratz. I've read this, and it is fantastic. It follows 3 different refugees. One is a Jewish boy that is fleeing Nazi Germany in the 1930s. One is a Cuban girl that is fleeing Cuba in 1994, and one is a Syrian boy fleeing Syria in 2015. And so it's kind of told in different storylines, but it follows all 3 of them, and it is a fantastic book. I was so excited to find that one. I got Give Me Liberty by L.M. Eliot. This I got because in part of our government unit we're going to be doing, we're talking about the American Revolution, and this is set during the American Revolution. I still need to read it, like pre-read it for my kids, but it is about a 13-year-old boy who basically is in the military during the American Revolution. I got Ralph S. Mouse by Beverly Cleary. I was so excited about this. This is probably, I loved these books growing up, and so I will probably read that one out loud to my kids. I also found Ben and Me, An Astonishing Life of Benjamin Franklin by his good Mouse Amos. This is actually one I had on hold for my library, and then I found it at the thrift store, but it looks like it is just a book about Benjamin Franklin told from the point of view of this mouse. So that I thought would go good with the government study. Another one that I got that I thought would go amazing with the government study is Black Heroes of the American Revolution by Burke Davis. And this just talks about different prominent Black people during the American Revolution and the roles that they played. So I thought that would be great. I picked up The Indian in the Cupboard by Lynn Reed Banks. This is just a classic that I've never read, so I grabbed that. I also got Behind the Bedroom Wall by Laura E. Williams. This is one that my daughter, who's going into 5th grade, read last year. Her teacher read it out loud to them, and so she had asked me if I would read it, and it is about a 13-year-old girl set in 1942 in Germany, I believe. She's part of the Nazi youth, and then she finds out that her family is hiding Jews, and so it's about that. I found a brand new, new copy of Sisters by Raina Telgemeier, which I'm so excited about because I love this book. I love the relationship between the sisters in this book. I wanted my older girls to have it, and now they do. Hold on a minute, please. I also found this book. It's Ellis Island, an Interactive History Adventure by Michael Bergen. 3 story paths, 32 choices, 19 endings you choose. So it's basically a choose your own adventure about Ellis Island, and it is brand new, and I thought that this would be so great. There's multiple books in this series too: Oregon Trail, The Orphan Train, Salem Witch Trials, The Titanic, the Civil Rights Movement. So I may look into more of those because that sounds fantastic. I also got Heartbeat by Sharon Creech. This is a book told in verse about a girl who likes to run because it calms her down, and so I nabbed that one. I got another Jerry Spinelli book, Maniac McGee. This is another Newbery winner, Newbery Medal winner, and I really don't know much about it other than that, but I have heard of it. I was also able to get a copy of S.E. Hinton's Outsiders. This is a classic book that teens read that I've never read, and I really don't know much of what it's about, but I grabbed it. And then the last one I have here, I'm so excited about, you guys. I got this for $1.79. It's the hardback with the dust jacket in perfect condition of The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DiCamillo, which is an amazing, amazing picture book. I'm going to try to find a picture so I can show you how beautiful this book is. But this is about a China rabbit who kind of goes on a journey of self-discovery and realizes that maybe caring about yourself isn't the only person you need to be caring about. So these are all of the books that I bought this month. So lots of kids books, but very exciting kids books. So yeah, if you've heard of any of these, if you've read any of these, I would love to hear your comments down below in the description, or in the description box. Oh my goodness, in the comments section. And yeah, let me know which ones I should be reading first. I've read a handful of these already, so they'll be going on my shelves for my kids or just for me to look at because I love looking at my books. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.